majority of the board. However, effective July 1st, 2011, the chair of the Board of Elections shall be the at-large member. Such at-large member shall serve for a 2-year term running from July 1st to June 30th, or until a successor is elected. The board shall aid first vice chair and second vice chair for 2-year terms running from July 1st to June 30th, or until successor is elected. Active board members may nominate themselves.
And it should be on B, the board shall appoint a first vice chair and second vice chair. And that was pointed out by one of our citizens.
Shall,
Appoint.
well, that A is where we're going to appoint.
And need a period at the end of the.
Excuse me, I may be out of line on this one right here, but it doesn't state anything in terms of a proxy. If a person is not available, I think you need to put that language in there. If the person physically isn't there, whether, for example, if I'm not there, I'm on the board, I wish for you to be the chairman, I should be able to vote if I'm not present.
We've not even dealt with that.
And usually in the past, Mr. Jenkins, it's been handled, that Cynthia and Gardner by telephone call.
If the person is not present, we have never done a proxy.
So, is there a motion?
I would move that section 5.1, election of officers and terms, A, B, be approved as amended with the word appoint included.
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
The purpose of first vice chair and second vice chair is that there's always an officer available in the event that official action is needed forward.
Mrs. Brown?
I have no discussion.
My discussion on this is to the public. What you have here is the ability, again, if over the years, Mr. Cargill served, every time the term limit was up, Mr. Cargill excused himself from executive session so that the 2 board members would vote on whether or not to have him to continue. The assumption was that if either party, for any reason, did not want him to be the independent, then that's how they could vote. Okay? What this does is gives the ability for Mr. Bond to serve forever, as long as Ms. Brown wants him to, as chair and the only independent possible in this county, for as long as she sits on this board. Now that's just a fact. And I want the public to know that. And that's why I've been fussing about the attempts to pass these bylaws as fast as they have been. Because that is the effect of what will happen. And if y'all believe that, from what you've seen, that the effect of the earlier fiduciary duty of the board for it to be above the interest of partisan interest and loyalties, That has not been the case. And the independent was Don Cargill, and he's truly served as an independent. He listened to both sides. We, even with Kelly Farr, etc. When I say even with her, she called me last night disagreeing with this very section. Okay? My point is this, is that this bylaw, that's what it does to the citizens of this county. If you think you might want to serve down the road as an independent, a true independent, you don't have a chance. So, my discussion is now over.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I take exception in basically your assumption and character assassination, and I think the record will speak for itself in the past. These bylaws have been under discussion. This is taken from an outline that Cynthia Welsh has had for some time. We've started discussing this, all three of us, in October, November. As far as your personal relationship with the past chair of the Republican Party, Kelly Farr, she is the past chair. And citizen input, emails, attending our meetings has been here all along. And the Republican board has been notified and kept abreast of everything. But again, I still come back to a chairman should not make dispersions on another person in a committee or a board's character. And I take exception to that, and I want it noted on the record. This has been an ongoing problem, and I believe the independent should be the chair. The independent is a nonpartisan person.
A true independent.
And again, you're casting dispersions of the character of Mr. Vaughn, saying true independent.
Well,
Now,
it does state everything I have stated as fact. It gives the ability for Mr. Vaughn to serve forever. If the two of us or the two parties do not agree, Mr. Vaughn can serve forever. That has not been the case of the intent of the way this Board of Elections has been ran in the past. Both parties agreed, and voluntarily so, to who the third party member was going to be. This takes away that commonality of the two parties agreeing who the independent will be.
Sir, again, I've referenced when the original call went out to fill Mr. Cargill's, it was advertised that the independent at-large position would be the chair. And again, this is going to be.
It was changed.
Yes, sir, it's your request, it was, I was sitting there. However, it has already been requested that Mr. Bagg look at this finished document. If there's anything found to be illegal, he will point it out. However, I will point out, he made a mistake on the legal opinion, and I asked him to relook at it, and he did recant what he said originally.
I don't know what you're talking about there.
Well, it's in your emails that Cynthia Wells sent you last night, because I made sure, sent all correspondence, and told Mr. Bagg I had just done it, and he had called. Now, I believe we have a motion on the table that's been seconded, and we've had discussion.
I can tell you this, I do not believe that that is the desire of the citizens of this county, and certainly it's not the desire of the Democratic Party of this county. I can't speak for your party, but I can't imagine that your party, unless you had someone in there as the current independent that was suiting y'all just fine, that you would want that rule in here either.
Mr. Chairman, again, I'll call a point of order. You have a motion that has a second. Are you going to call for the vote?
Well, I'll call for the vote, as long as the public understands what's happening.
Mr. Chairman, you have a motion, point of order. Are you going to call for the vote?
I just called for the vote.
You have to state the question.
Question being, all in favor of adopting section Article 5.1 of officers as presented
With the word appoint.
with the word appoint.
I vote aye.
I vote aye.
I vote nay.
Call for the motion to carry, or is it needs to be recorded, Mr. Chairman? You need to call the answer of the vote.
The
You
answer,
did not announce the vote.
the answer was, the Republican member.
No, sir, the answer was two-thirds majority rules as is
You
stated.
don't
in the
tell
document.
me how to answer a question. I'll answer it as I see your name tag. So the Republican member and Mr. Bond, at large number, voted yea. Carvin Haynes, the Democratic representative member and chairman of this board, voted no. Satisfied?
Mr.
Okay.
Chairman.
Let's go on section 5.2.
Mr. Chairman rules. You have a question?
I'm moving on. 5.2, powers and duties